Alright, hello, this is Lady Scarlet, and I'm going to be reading for Cancer. And I'll just say this, the last week, while we, while we were all under Cancer energy, we were kind of all Cancers last week, so if you were feeling very emotional, um, I think I said in the last read, in the Scorpio read, that there were like people approaching me that I didn't even really know, that were feeling very emotional and just telling me things. I realize I'm a therapist, but these were people that I'd never met before, just upon first meeting, and then other people that I know were like, I've been crying so much and very emotional. We were all kind of in that space in the last week, so, but we have, the moon is in Libra now, so maybe we're getting some relief, some more balance and harmony. A lot of people might be wanting to stick close to home and be around their family, especially Cancers, because Cancers, the home and the hearth and family are really very important to you. That's when you feel the most loved and joy, when you're with your family. So I hope that you're getting to do that if that's what you need this weekend. Everybody needs something different. So I'm going to use my Goddess deck, the Goddess Tarot, to do your base read. So I did meditate on your cards already before the read. Kind of been meditating on Cancer all day. I knew I was going to read Cancer, so I've been kind of thinking about that and kind of the emotional content of the last week. So we'll see what's going on for our Cancer folks, our crabs. Thank you, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Can you please help guide my Cancer friends? Right, we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, Judgment right side up in the home spot, King of Wands in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse, Six of Cups in reverse. I feel like you all really were in your feelings. Really were in your feelings. I know I have a Cancer, really close Cancer friend, and they were telling me that they were like, oh, that explains why I've been feeling this way. And so got a couple of bonus cards here, so we'll add those. So there's the King of Pentacles upside down. We've got the Queen of Cups over here, and the Fool card in reverse. At the bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords in reverse, the Emperor in reverse, Eight of Cups in reverse. This base read feels like there was some kind of, just on a surface level right now, just not tapping all the way into the energy, feels like there was maybe some, not necessarily fighting, but maybe miscommunications that led to maybe some separated feelings, some disconnected feelings, and then maybe some reconciliation feelings I'm getting. So we'll dig into that and see what's going on. Right here, this is the current or recent past, and that's where that Ace of Cups is in reverse. So I'm going to use my Mystic Tarot to clarify this Ace of Cups. Thank you, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Now please get some clarifiers for the Ace of Cups in reverse. I get a sense that you're just not feeling yourself, not able to really pour into your own cup. So you feel empty and drained, emotionally drained as well as physically drained. Maybe some of you are in that burnout phase. I get some caregiver people, maybe some of my retired folks, or folks that are, mostly at home that caregive someone, are really in burnout mode, right? Well, that one tried to fall out. We'll pull it out and make sure nobody else. Okay, so of the Two of Cups upside down, I'm getting just a huge sense of some of you feeling very lonely. I know sometimes, I'm getting kind of that single mom, like I don't ever get to talk to adults energy, so there might be some single moms out there who've just been doing so much with the kids that, you're really craving some adult company, to have those adult conversations, maybe a close friend, or, maybe you haven't gotten to spend time with a partner or partners, if you're E&M or polyamory. So You know, look at the bottom of the deck is the Star card and Page of Cups and things coming to light. Um, you know, somebody is coming in to support you. I get that. This somebody's coming in. They know that you've been feeling this way. This was a really, you know, internal struggle, but it feels like it's, look, you've got right under the, I was about to say, it feels like it's kind of receding now, maybe under this Libra moon. Six of Swords. So it also could mean that somebody left, right? And you were feeling very lonely, somebody that was supportive to you. Either because of this at the bottom, they're coming back, or somebody is coming in to support you. Page of Cups typically means, you know, a new love offer, but it could be, you know, a reconciliation kind of offer as well, something similar to that. That's the energy I'm getting there, is that, you know, somebody that you really felt supported you isn't in your sphere currently when you're feeling, you know, these ways, feeling really that loneliness. You know, we had that really powerful Leo moon too, so you've had some stuff pulling on your moon, and you all are moon folks, so you're very much affected by what's happening with the moon, those cycles, right? You might have cycles in your mood as well. This where I live, the weather's been up and down. Like one day we hit sunny and warm and you don't have to wear a jacket, and the next day you've got to wear a coat, gloves, and got to have, you know, you don't want to go outside because it's so cold. So in your home spot, this is your home energy and the environment in your home. You have the Judgment card, which is a Libra card. And so you might be thinking about making a decision about something, or you have made a decision. This is also can be an awakening to your inner calling. Those of you who, you know, maybe you work from home, or you're, again, like retired, and you're like looking for some kind of purpose. You're coming to it. You're really coming to it. Some of you may have already gotten there, and some of you may have not gotten there yet. Remember, these everybody's on a different timeline, and so people make decisions through different ways. But if you haven't gotten there yet, you're getting there. You're figuring out, like, what's my purpose now, right? Some of you, it might be, I'd like to work from home, or maybe I shouldn't work from home, right? I'm getting some of that energy as well. You have the Strength in reverse. So yeah, again, tapped out. You know, this could also, you know, be ego and pride. That's, you know, the Leo card. And so a lot of times when it's in reverse, it's talking about being too prideful or having too much ego. So it could be talking about that. And maybe that led to a decision that you're like, oh, I was very emotional and in my feelings, and I made the wrong decision. Some of you could be feeling that way. You feel a lot of foundation in your home. So, you know, maybe that got shook a little bit. Or I just got a flash of some of you are going to be moving, and you're mourning leaving your home. You're grieving it, right? So, because that's the center of your family and joy and fulfillment, is having everyone over at your house, and maybe you're moving somewhere where you won't be able to do that. Or some of you are deciding that you're going to do that because you've been lonely, right? I see all of those things in that. All of you kind of moving in different directions. There's a lot of energy out there right now. And it's all coming at some of us who are energy readers or channelers. It's coming in quick. We're getting a lot of energy. So there's people moving in. Everybody has free will. So there's a lot of things happening. And you know, look at your moon signs and ascending signs and those kinds of things, if you haven't, to kind of see how you make decisions, right? It's almost like taking a personality test when you look at your birth or natal chart, right? Seven of Cups in reverse, I just get a sense that you feel like some of you feel like you're running out of options, and some of you feel like you don't want so many options. Like, that's too much, that's overwhelming, I don't want all those options, right? You have the Three of Cups in reverse. I really feel like some of you are moving away from family. I just got a military vibe too. Like, you're moving away from your family where you're at, because in the military, you know, my first marriage, I was married to someone in the Army, and you create a family where you're at. And then when you move, it is very emotional. So, you know, there's goodbye parties and kisses and hugs and gifts in exchange, because it is a huge, big deal, where you've put down roots. And, you know, let's give it up to the military families, because keeping a family together, living like that, is a very, very difficult, challenging thing to do, and keep your family together through all of those adjustments. And I just got a sense of of one of you, maybe a few of you having this situation occur where you're moving away from the family that you have created where you live. That could be true for other people not in the military, but I just got a real strong sense of military from that. So the King of Wands in reverse is in the near future position. So near future, for some of you, this could have already happened or be happening, but for most of you, it's going to likely happen in the next few weeks. So let's clarify the King of Wands for our Cancer friends. I'm seeing a plane in my scrying bowl. So some of you may be maybe moving abroad. Maybe you're moving to another country. I mean, that's where I'm maybe picking up some of that military vibe. You got Five of Pentacles in reverse. So the King of Wands right side up a lot of times is about fickle-mindedness is the best way I can describe that. They're very sexy and dashing, usually that King of Wands energy. And I want to remind everyone I don't really read gender. I'm reading the energy of the card. So this is someone who usually feels strong and charming, and they're not really feeling in their element right now, okay? Maybe things have been a little wintry. Maybe finances are a little bit off, but it does look like you're getting more solid and turning things around is the energy that I get. And there's a Nine of Pentacles at the bottom, so it is getting better. That's also a card that can talk about being solitary, being isolated. And so maybe you have felt that way, right? Let's get a couple more clarifiers on that King of Wands in reverse for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels for your guidance. We really appreciate it. Oh, that one really wanted to jump out. I'm going to take the Knight of Cups in reverse. So that's, for some of you, there may have been an offer that was rescinded. I'm getting that really strong. It could have been a job with the Pentacles there. For some of you, it could have been a relationship where somebody said, I want to be with you, but I just got a sense of, we can't make this happen. The stars don't align. Maybe you live far apart, or you're moving and it just isn't feasible to keep the relationship going. So let's clarify just a little bit more on that. It's and there's kind of a stuck feeling for some of you. I'm just stuck. I can't make this thing work. So Four of Swords. So a lot of you probably have been isolating and really thinking about your next move, right? Cancers do like stability. I mean, people may not know that about them, but they really like to have a stable base. And so, the Seven of Pentacles is kind of about planting seeds for the future, making investments. And this could be time, money. It can be a lot of things, but it can also be about divine timing, right? This just might be the time that something is going to happen. King of Swords in reverse. I'm picking up maybe some same-sex relationships here, too, that are a little bit upside down right now. Maybe you're having some financial difficulties. So that's a possibility. Maybe some miscommunications and some finances gone wrong. Some secrets are coming out as well. I just got secrets about somebody's spending habits. That might be very, very individual, but somebody's spending habits are coming to light, and so you're you feel almost betrayed is the feeling I get from that. Like there's a betrayal that you didn't know that this was happening, and so it causes a stuck feeling because the plans that you made you now can't do, so you're kind of stuck in this place. So this position with the Three of Wands in reverse is where we connect current, recent, past to our near future and outcome. Okay, I read kind of in this direction, right? Kind of like this. So the Three of Wands in reverse says, really staying in one place. So some of you either are stuck, can't move, or you feel like nothing good is coming to you. And talk about being in your feels, right? I mean, but again, you have this energy of someone coming towards you. So I got a lot of cards on that. I think I might try that shuffle again. I'm looking to see what they are, to see if they come back out. But Three of Wands in reverse. Let's clarify the Three of Wands in reverse for Cancer. That is definitely the feeling I'm getting, that disappointment. Disappointment, right? You're looking at the broken cups and not these really upright, unbroken ones over here. You're looking at the ones that are toppled over. I'll show you that just a little bit clearer. So, Five of Cups. Looking, see, not looking forward, looking backwards at what I had. What I had, not what is in front of me. Just regret and disappointment, right? Wish it could have been better, was the words that came to my mind. I really get a broken heart feeling for some of you all, and I kind of keep seeing that card trying to... Some of these they're being a little bit stubborn. Can we clarify for the Three of Wands in reverse for Cancer, please? There we go. They're like, see, I can do it. You do have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of this. So, you know, that's about reconciliation or thinking clearly. It can also be about balance and truth. That is Archangel Michael's sword. You know, and you can see that she's got kind of that light, like the Eureka, I'm figuring it out, right? So Judgment in reverse. Remember, you have Judgment in your home spot, but it is right side up. So some of you have not made that decision yet. You're still pondering because of this hurt. What am I going to do next? King of Cups in reverse. Remember I said there's maybe an offer that was rescinded. So maybe that's just occurred for some of you. This is a sign of, you know, I really feel like you've been in your head and not focused on how to make things better. And so now you're kind of turning that page where, like, I really need to figure out how to do better with this situation. I just get a strong sense of miscommunications. And so, you know, this is the apprentice study skills training kind of card, and it's in reverse. So, you know, for some of you that might be students, maybe you haven't been doing well in school and you haven't been able to focus because of some situations that have occurred for you. But look, you have the Wheel of Fortune. You know, and that's about destiny and purpose and, you know, moving forward regardless. You know, the wheel's going to move forward regardless. This is also about karma. So this could have been a karmic lesson. And I will clarify more on these different sections with my personal deck here in a few. And so maybe we'll get some different energy from that and see, you know, maybe what's happening in a larger picture. So Six of Cups in reverse. I really feel like you thought this person was your soulmate. For some of you, you lost someone you thought was the one. Yeah, look, Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse here, but it's right side up here. So some of you are getting to reconciliation already. You're communicating. Six of Pentacles. A generous offer is made. That you've got the Knight of Wands. You know, he's pretty fast moving. So somebody is rushing in to help support and encourage you. I do get a sense that maybe, you know, for those that I picked up that military thing, that someone's about to come home. You've been feeling very lonely without them. They've been gone, maybe even overseas, and they're just about to get home, and you're really preparing for that. You're planning. You haven't been able to. You just haven't been motivated to. You've been depressed maybe and emotional, and now you're like, oh my gosh, my person's coming back. I better get ready. I get a very strong energy of that. And again, that caregiver vibe that's coming through, that somebody that helped you is coming back into, let me help you. Let me help you. Because there is some family orientation to the Six of Cups card too, right? It's also about destiny. So that's interesting. And I again keep picking up a military vibe. So that might be very, very individual. Somebody is going to help with some money issues. This is the Page of Pentacles. Pentacles are kind of slow moving, so don't expect it to be overnight. But, you know, it is coming. There are some things that will help out, some support possibly. I get that some of you will have some people that love you that will help out with that, with the finance. And, you know, again, I've been talking about finances. Here's the King of Pentacles, and he's in reverse in the outcome, right? So this section is connecting current, recent, past to near future, and then these connect to the outcome. So things are coming down to the King of Pentacles in reverse, which is, you know, I just haven't really been feeling very nurturing. I haven't really been taking care of things the way that I should because I've been not feeling great. But you're about to get to feeling better, I think, under this Libra moon especially. There should be some harmony and balance coming to you starting today. I think it was around I don't know, 4 o'clock or something. So on top of that, you have the Ten of Swords, Page of Cups. Some of you, again, some of you rescinded an offer that was given because you'd rather be alone than deal with what was happening. That's very strong. You're tired of the conflict. But you are still getting, you hope for communication, that you hope that they're going to come back and tell you, but they've been keeping it to themselves, how they really feel. And, you know, one thing that we know about Cancer is if somebody can't connect with them deeply and emotionally, they're going to struggle with that. You're going to struggle with that. People need to be able to connect with you deeply and emotionally. Because it's going to feel like an insecure attachment to you if they don't connect with you emotionally. Get one more clarifier on this outcome, please. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Appreciate your guidance for my Cancer friends. Whew, we got a lot, but definitely the Empress in reverse wanted to come out. Some sleepless nights, anxiety, but look, it's turning around. You know, the nine of Swords is actually in reverse, so you're starting to sleep better, because some of you might not be sleeping better because it's anticipation. Some of you might be sleeping better because you felt out of balance, so now you're doing some self-care. You're taking care of yourself. You know, partnership in reverse. There's a lot of obligations for some of you, right? Lots of obligations. It's heavy, it's burdensome, and you're feeling like you want to set it down. King of Wands is coming in, you know. King of Wands is coming in. Sunshine, bringing that cup of love. It's not in your head anymore. You know, and I'm getting some abundance and messages. The Ten of Pentacles, they're coming in to help you turn the Ten of Pentacles back the other way again, okay? So, let's clarify the Fool in reverse. And, you know, for a lot of you, this is a relationship you've been in for a really long time. And there are ebbs and flows in it. And especially for those military folks, when, you know, somebody might be deployed for a year. You know, that certainly happened in my first marriage when I was married to the soldier. That, I mean, I think in the four years he was in the Army, we were together maybe a few months of that, honestly. I mean, it was, you know, a lot of, you have to take care of things on your own when you're the one that isn't the soldier, right? So, yeah, lots of conflict ceasing. The Queen of Cups is right side up here, you know, and that is, you know, Cancer type energy, the Cups cards, right? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's Temperance at the bottom in reverse, so I would say take some deep breaths. You know, you've got the Star Soul card kind of here. You know, your person is approaching. They're approaching. Let us clarify with my personal deck, and we'll get some different messages from our spirit guides. Let's clarify this. Somebody coming in to help. Ooh. So this is hematite, protection from negative, grounding and protection, healing power. Even for some of you that were intuitive, which a lot of Cancers are, that's part of being a Cancer, is being very, very intuitive. This could have to do with an Aquarius or Aries. So some of you might have some circulation and blood pressure issues, definitely worth looking into. But you've kind of just been in survival instinct, and so you really need to do some grounding, right? Some grounding work. The other card that came out is Sacral Chakra. For a lot of you, this is, you know, somebody who is a sexual partner that is coming back. So you have been in your feelings. Some of you might have low back pain. But this is about creative expression, sexuality, pleasure. But you've been feeling so overwhelmed that you're in really low energy right now, right? And there's anger and fear associated with this too, right? If your sacral chakra is blocked, you might have anger and fear, low energy, low back pain, rigidity, highly emotional, but like more depressive, right? So let's get one more card to clarify that sacral chakra card on our person returning. So you haven't really been asking for much, and sometimes we should ask for help, you know? Sometimes we should ask for support. So I think that that card is, I do not demand, I command respect and admiration. We don't want to be demanding, right? But our presence often can command those things. Like our, you know, some people might be a little intimidating that are commanding that, but what it means is to not use language that is demanding, like I must have this, like ultimatums, right? So maybe you're feeling that way, that maybe somebody's been too demanding or you've been too demanding, um, or you're tired of the demands. I got that really strong too. I'm just tired of all these demands on me all the time. It's especially true for those of you that might be caregivers of others, right? And I mean, you know, parents, or, you know, maybe you're taking care of a parent or a grandparent, or, you know, children that are not your biological children, right? So in the home spot, I love you unconditionally. That's a message from your person. I'm always going to love you. They could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. That's like the second time I've seen Aquarius. So, but that's about thinking, communicating, and doing. So let's get another clarifier on that home spot. So turquoise, so Sagittarius energy. So cleansing, calm energy, calms the soul. Turquoise is very healing. It's also associated with your throat chakra, so communication, right? Connect to breath. That will help clear anxiety and mood swings. So turquoise would be a very, very good thing for you to have to help with that. Rebalance your physical body. Truth seeker, feng shui, wealth and energy. So that tells me maybe, you know, if you're someone who does like crystals, turquoise might be helpful for you. So let's clarify this near future position where there's some truths coming out and a reconciliation or return. Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. You know, success is near. This is kind of like the Sun card in tarot, this card. The winter is over. Happiness. So the quotes on here are, it's been a long and lonely winter. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. So there is sunshine coming. You also got citrine, Sagittarius energy, but that's another one that's very much like the Sun card. Warm, positive energy, embodies sunshine, restorative, vitality, illumination, prosperity. All those things are coming towards you. I mean, it literally says, here comes the sun, you know, right there. So, those go right there. So, let's get, I don't know that we could clarify that much more. Your sun is coming, right? For this part, so this kind of current or recent past where you've just really been in your feelings and trying to make a judgment call about something, trying to make a decision. Now, some of you, it may have been a legal decision, but pearls are about legal luck. It's also Libra Gemini energy. So it's about finding love, good luck, happiness, positivity, passion, strength, stability in a troubled relationship, charm, removing fickle-mindedness. Let's clarify that a little bit more. You know, with the Destiny card here and legal luck, I'm getting, you know, things are going to, why they may take a while, they will happen, and it will be pretty okay. I mean, that's legal good luck, right? Legal luck. Let's clarify that with a few more cards. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Oh, Lady Gaga, Born This Way. We're all born superstars. God makes no mistakes. Be a queen. What that means, when I mean God makes no mistakes, is you're wonderful. However you are, you're wonderful. Okay? You're on the right track, baby. Live your truth. This is about personal expression and individuality, really feeling in your personal power. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I you know, don't be a drag, be a queen, right? Yeah, I love that line in there. And so, you know, if you're somebody who is a drag queen, it's like, hey, keep doing what you're doing. because you're bringing hope to, oh, I just got that so strong. You're bringing hope to people. So keep on rocking it on. People need you. They need you for hope and encouragement. And so I feel like that message is very personal to someone. So if you are out performing and making people happy, please continue to do so, because you're a superstar. The card says so. And that makes you feel freedom when you're out there performing. I just got chills. I just got some major chills. I am directly speaking to someone. Let me get another card to clarify on that. Please. Thank you, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Let me clarify for Cancer. Oh, okay. So fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Fiery. You're feeling fiery, and in your, you're getting there. You're getting to that place where you feel personal power. I get that there may have been something that occurred. I really do feel like there's a performer that's watching me. Something has occurred where you were feeling insecure, like maybe I'm not good enough, or I'm not doing well enough. I'm telling you, Spirit is saying, please keep doing what you're doing, because you are reaching people and it makes them feel hopeful. That is a very clear, direct message for a small group of people or one person. Please continue. You might be, this was about feeling alone and isolated, and somebody coming in to help. You might be that person coming in to provide that hope. So please don't stop. Be safe, please. But be the superstar that you are, because you are helping people. This offer that's coming up, this soul connection, it was the Six of Cups in reverse underneath, and then the Six of Cups here. This is definitely a soulmate connection, and they're coming in to help. Okay, they're coming in to help you. Let's get some clarifiers for that, and that is like near future connector to the outcome. And please get a couple of cards to clarify this help coming in. Whew, that was a book. Let's try that again. They're jumping out. Please get a couple of cards to clarify this soulmate connection. I don't know. For the performer, I'm getting the ruby red slipper. So I don't know if you wear a shoe like that, but it's like almost like Dorothy's slipper from Wizard of Oz. Maybe you perform as Dorothy or something. I'm getting that super strong. Glass slipper, and like you are in your joy when you do that. Like I get such a great feeling from that. I keep getting chills. Like it's really kind of overwhelming, actually. Look, One Moment in Time, Whitney Houston. That's from the 1988 Olympics in Atlanta. That album. I actually had that record, so I'm aging myself, but I watched those Olympics. Again, racing with destiny. You're more than you thought you could be. All of your dreams are a heartbeat away. Your hard work pays off. You're going to reach your goals. You're reaching those goals right now. Please don't stop. Don't stop mid-conquer, right? Keep it going. Let's get a few more cards to clarify this soul connection. And for some of you, that's definitely your destiny. This person, this soul connection person, is definitely you're destined to be with. There are some situations where that might not be accurate. There might need to be some healing. So if that has happened and there's a lot of healing that needs to occur, let's make sure that we continue to do that healing, so that when we come together, we're respectful and consensual and all of those things, okay? I think that's very important to say. When we're talking about destiny, somebody's like, but they're my destiny, and then they're allowing some kind of abusive behavior. Let's not allow that. And Cancers a lot of times will, because they don't want to rock the boat, they will allow abusive behavior. Please don't do that. And if you need help, please reach out. There's a lot of places that will help you get out of situations if you're in a bad situation, okay? Soul Star Chakra, Soul's Destiny. This is also about past life connections. This is kind of the Phoenix card. The Soul Star is the 8th chakra, which would be above your crown chakra, okay? White is the color associated. This is also about equality, divine love, spiritual wisdom. This could be a karmic blueprint. This could be, again, your path of destiny. I mean, there's 2 cards right there saying that. Some of you might feel like you're a phoenix, like I had to kind of tear everything down and then rise from the ashes. And you really had to do a lot of spiritual work to get there, I think, some of you, right? We get another card to clarify on that soul connection. Crown chakra. You got a lot of chakras here. Spiritual connection, intuition. Use your intuition, okay? Please use your intuition, that gut instinct. If it's in your chest, it's an anxiety fear response. If it is in your gut, that is where we hold that instinct, and as well as our crown chakra, okay? This is about gratitude, spiritual connection, angelic energy. So if some of you have angelic energy, violet is associated. This is about transformation. And again, energy and fire. We're getting that phoenix energy coming through big time. As if we couldn't say any more that where there's a phoenix, the garnet, glowing fire. That's also Capricorn energy. There's some Aries energy, which is the diamond, right? So these are also about, so safe and tethered for garnet, stirring up your inner chi, emotional growth, strength and balance. And the diamond is about fearlessness, relationships filled with love, faithfulness, purity, manifestation. Some of you might be, again, intuitives or, you know, into divination, spell work, those kinds of things. This is also about abundance and fortitude. So you could manifest that abundance and fortitude, really. You could take that up and really do some deep soul work, deep spell work, deep prayer to manifest that. 46 and 2, personal evolution, revolution. This is all about self-growth. Some of you are reinventing yourselves. You are learning things about yourself. You're on a spiritual path. This is also about deep shadow work, and I said that already. Some of you are doing some deep shadow work. You're really looking at your past hurts and past traumas and really working through those, right? This is deep work, and I would tell you, it can be very, very difficult and very emotional, so I would suggest doing that with a professional. We use Jungian theory to help people do deep shadow work. And I'm a therapist, so there are times that I help people do deep shadow work. I work with trauma every day. I work with soul wounds every day, religious trauma, spiritual trauma, those kinds of things every day with my clients. I attract that which I deserve from the universe, karma. Look, the wheel of destiny is turning. That is the card about karmic balance, right? There's a few of them, but Wheel of Fortune here, and then all of this here is like your karma is bringing good things to you, but you can't just sit still. Sometimes I'm Taoist, so I don't, I try not to force things, but I'm also really motivated to get things done, and I always have projects going on. So it's a tricky balance, right? But you can't let the opportunities just fly by. You also have to grab those opportunities and do something with them. So, it's like, I want to win the lottery, but I never buy a lottery ticket, okay? I'm not suggesting go buy one. I'm just saying the opportunities don't just knock on your door. Occasionally, some of us have opportunities completely out of the blue, but that's based on hard work we've already done or connections we've already made, right? So consider that. I attract that which I deserve from the universe, right? I attract that which I deserve from the universe. That's, good or bad karma. So let's clarify this outcome with, things, maybe there have been some money difficulties. I get that some of you may work with money as well. Look, your divine counterpart is coming back. In My Life by the Beatles. It's also about nostalgia, acceptance, big, healthy love. Sometimes it might feel too good to be true when you meet that soul connection, and it's like everything just falls into place and it feels easy. We still got to work on it though, right? Even if it's easy, we still got to continue to grow as people and grow as in relationships that we're in, whether it's, a partnership with one other person or many people. We still have to grow. We do have to grow in our career too, and I get for some of you that's very important. You want growth in your career. You want promotions. You maybe started a new business. There's a, Ace of Cups can be about that. Usually it's an Ace of Pentacles, but you've got a lot of pentacles in this read. Root chakra, grounded, security and stability. So absolutely some of you are thinking about your security and stability. It's also about good health. There could be foot and leg pain for some of you that you need to check out. It's about walking in nature. It's about creating a safe foundation. Also, this card says, if you've been feeling down, you might want to put on some music and dance, and that might help you with your anxiety and that unsettled, chaotic feeling that you're feeling. You might be having nightmares, so you might really try some other things to help you with sleep, okay? Maybe, you know, a nighttime routine, a nice cup of, you know, decaffeinated tea, like green teas or something like that, um, to help you with that, or talk to your doctor or mental health professionals and providers to help you with that. The color associated is red for that first, that's our first chakra, chakra number 1. Let's get a couple more cards to clarify on this outcome. Whew, they threw it. Look, soul connection. I don't know how much more clear we can be that you have a soul connection going on. Do not forget your goals. Is what you're doing, the way you're living your life, supporting the life that you want to live, right? That is a call to change your priorities if you're not living in such a way that supports the goals. For instance, if you want to save money, buying an expensive coffee every day is not going to help you. I mean, I don't know about you, but I love getting a coffee made for me. But a few months ago, when we wanted to trim our budget, I quit getting a fancy coffee every day and saved that money, because I don't know if you all know how much a cup of coffee is every day, but that adds up. $30 to $50 a week. It can add up quickly. So that's just an example. I'm sure some of you probably have the same coffee addiction I do. That's fine. No judgment. I'm just saying it is a call to look at the way that you're spending and see if you can trim some fat, right? Trim some things out of that will help you meet your goals. So let's do a couple of clarifiers on this, the bonus outcome cards that we got, where you've got the star card, which is also a soul connection. So we've got, some of you might have a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in your life, but this is about stability, being practical, being grounded, and that's what we've been talking about in here. And some of you may have some of these signs that I talked about, you might have in your chart, like in your moon or ascending signs, Mercury, Mars. If you have your birth or natal chart, I definitely look at it to see if that aligns. Grounding and protection, black onyx. So self-control, shield against negative energy. It's about stamina, determination, and strong support. And we've been talking about that through the whole read, right? You can be strong and do a lot of things, but it is okay to ask people to help you. It's actually loving, right? A lot of times when we say, oh, I love everyone, we forget to point the finger back at ourselves and say, I love myself enough to ask other people to support and help me, because I do not have to do it all alone, and none of us should. As my friend said in the last few days, we're pack animals, right? We are animals. We're pack animals. We need each other, especially if we have children to raise, or if we're caregivers and we need respite care. I mean, think about those things. It is absolutely essential that you get assistance and support and help, and it's okay to ask for it. You do not have to do it alone. So we also have the aquamarine card, which is Pisces energy. This is about being calm and composed. It's about emotional clarity, courage, hope, creativity. I know I've got some artists, right? Some Cancer artists. If you've been having difficulty with being creative, baby steps, okay? One of my friends who's a Cancer, who takes amazing pictures, amazing photographer, said recently, I haven't been doing that. I can't even log into my account that I post those things on, and feel stuck with it, okay? Look, just get the camera out. Just get the supplies out. Just start that. If you walk into your craft room and it feels chaotic, do one thing that you can mark off of a task list. I'm going to go find that one thing and set it out, and that'll get me started. And then the next day, do one thing. You do not have to do it all at once. You do not have to get overwhelmed. But creativity is essential to our lives in the way in which you are creative, right? This is my outlet for creativity and spiritual connection, tarot, and there are times that I put it aside. I've put it aside for years before, when I wasn't in the right place to do it. So we all have to take breaks from that, but creativity can actually help get us out of a rut, right? You have The Criminal by Fiona Apple song, and so maybe it's also about miscommunication and manipulation. And remember, I said there might be some of you who are dealing with that, where you feel like, what did I do to deserve this stuff? You know, also on this card it says, what would an angel say? What would an angel say to you? You know, you can feel like you screwed up, right? This could be somebody lying, cheating, whatever. You know, it also says hell to pay. She says that in the song. So however that resonates with you, there might need to be a cord cutting. There might need to be some kind of separation or disconnection from someone that's making you feel this way. Or you might be feeling this way, and when you've been feeling really low. but creativity might be able to help you out of that, right? It says no, run the other direction, and that is directly with that card. This is someone that is really not good for you, and maybe that's that judgment that some of you are trying to make, and some of you are real close to making it. It's something to consider, okay? And it is okay to ask for help from people, even if you've asked before and you feel like you can't. It is okay to ask for help. Find another resource, right? I will tell you that people in the field know that it is more than one time that it takes sometimes to leave certain situations. I'm going to leave it at that. I think that you understand what I'm throwing down there, okay? So, some of you might feel that that person is your twin flame. There are false flames too. We feel incredibly connected to, and we make a lot of... Your twin flame, you can't be with somebody that has a lot of addictions and obsessions and manipulations and things like that. That's not a healthy relationship no matter what. And so, twin flames can't actually come together until they're both healed, but you are supposed to have... There are lessons to be learned and such like that, okay? But I'm going to leave it at that because we could go down a rabbit hole with that. So I think that, you know, underneath that was true north. You know, I took the road less traveled by, and it has made all the difference. No more hiding. You've been lost in searching for yourself. You need to be authentic, and find your divine purpose. And some of you have really been searching for that, and you're very close. Remember, highly intuitive are my Cancer friends. All right, so I'm going to clear this out of the way and pull some runes, an animal totem, and some fairy dust cards for you. So, I'm getting a lot of despair energy, and I'm seeing tears in my scrying bowl. So some of you have really been in your feelings and isolated. I promise you there are people you can reach out to. Even if there are people you don't know online, there's a lot of different ways to reach out and talk to people, and get some support through this, okay? Whatever the situation, you know, if you're that military spouse who's taking care of all the kids and you're worn out and tired, you know, it's okay to ask some of the other spouses. That's what they're there for. That's why we have things like family readiness group and things like that, right? Because we need support because we're away from our families, and we have to create a family where we live, and we have to pick things up and do it all over again, right? So if that's your situation, you know, ask those people around you. There's somebody that will help, right? That's what they do in the military. They band together. It's a village, right? So let's pull 3 runes. So you've got, it was sideways. I'm going to leave it sideways because I feel like I'm supposed to. I got 4 here. So I'm going to take them. There's Ing, Need, and Perdreau. And I like to get my book because I can't remember. Sometimes when they're with each other, they mean there's some nuance to it. So I just always check to make sure I don't miss anything. I think Bjork, that first one is the first one I'm going to come to. I really get the sense, and the first one that came out was Need. It's patience. You may find yourself enmeshed in delays, constraints, ill health, or oppression, but this rune indicates that tiresome though these may be, they will work out in their own good time, and no amount of haste or worry on your part will cause them to work out any faster. I know that that might sound like that comes from a place of privilege. It's the wording in the book. Sometimes we're in situations where we're stressed out and doesn't feel like it's going to end. So I want to, you know, say it could be, it indicates a time of passing through a difficult learning situation. I think this, any situation we go into, good or bad, we are going to learn some lessons from it. Take the lessons. It doesn't mean that you deserved any kind of negative stuff that happened, okay? But take the lessons. Learn what you need to do. Right? Sometimes this rune can be known as crossing the abyss, right? This is Need. So a lot of times it's crossing the abyss. That sounds pretty lonely and dark, doesn't it? It can be a time of extreme emotions, but meeting the emotional challenge head on and conquering your fear of it can be the catalyst that drives you to overcome whatever obstacles are in your path later, right? I don't see that it's connecting to any of these other runes so far. And then Perdro, which you got right side up. It's a mystery rune, both in magical as well as literal sense. Experts cannot seem to agree on a meaning for this pictograph. Some call it a chessman, others a dice cup. I kind of think of it, I mean, if you look at it like that, it looks like it could, well, I'm going to show you. It looks like you could put things in it, right? So, it's about things hidden that are going to come out. If you are someone who's very intuitive and you're a channeler or a diviner in some way, it can talk about those kinds of abilities, which would be very strong right now, most likely. Okay, so it could be things hidden, secrets, or occult abilities of some variety. It's usually an indication that something that has remained hidden is about to come to light. You might be learning that you have talents that you didn't know that you had. That's just a for instance for some of you. It can mean that you're finding out secrets in a relationship, and with this Bjork sideways over here, family sideways, that very well could mean that, right? Things are sideways in your family. Usually positive, such as a new opportunity or a retrieval of an object thought to be lost for good. So if you've lost something, you're about to find it sometime soon. It can also refer to the disclosure of a secret, one in which you may have been trying very hard to keep to yourself, or someone else may have been keeping from you. It's also a rune of unexpected gains and surprises. Remember, we talked about your money situation will turn around. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. In emotional matters, there might be extreme sexual compatibility on the part of the two persons involved. If this read is you're watching it to find out about another person, it's sideways right now though. Okay, Bjork is sideways, so the compatibility, maybe there is a compatibility issue, or maybe you can't have sex with somebody who's across the seas. I suppose you could have some phone calls or video calls, right? But so while you have some delay runes, this read really isn't super negative. So but again, this one can talk about occult abilities coming to light, and it might be that some strong intuitive or person with occult ability might be called upon to help you through a difficult time. So that's indicated as well. And here's Bjork, and I'm not going to read it upright or inverted. What I'm going to tell you is that things are kind of stuck right now. They're sideways. So it's not necessarily negative or positive. It just kind of is where it is. But this is talking about true home. Home is where your heart is, right? And for the military folks, home literally is where you are with your family. You can't attach that to a house or a piece of property. So if you're moving right now, maybe your family feels a little sideways to you. If you've been trying to have a baby, maybe there's been a lot of delay in that, and it just feels like you haven't had any luck. So, when Ing is here, there is eventual success. So just delayed, but there's eventual success. I'll get to Ing in just a second. It's almost always a positive rune. So see, this isn't necessarily overall negative. It's kind of almost in the middle, like there's just been ups and downs. But it indicates that the forces available to you at this time to complete any projects and shows a successful conclusion to the problem at hand. Also represents a sense of relief that comes from a positive accomplishment, but can also merely indicate a mind free from anxiety, which if you have been having trouble sleeping, if you've been having nightmares, if you've been having a lot of anxiety, panic attacks, it's going to get better. It will get better. There is relief headed to you, okay? It can also indicate a new job. But, as far as when we're talking about military, when you do go to a new station post, it is kind of like getting a new job, right? Because you left all the people that you knew in the station, in the posting that you knew, and you're coming to a new place, and so it feels a little sideways at first, right? It also can sometimes, in this case, I don't think it's a new love. I mean, it very well could be, but it's an event that is a milestone, a big move, a big trip, where you're exposed to different opportunities. It indicates the ending of an old phase of life to give birth to a new and more exciting one. Marks a time of positive energies and deliverance. I really feel like a lot of you closed a cycle out, closed some old habits or behaviors. So that was really fairly positive, and it wasn't highly negative. It wasn't really very negative. It just talked about delay. Kind of I feel like most of you have kind of already crossed that abyss. So I'm going to pull an animal totem for you. Let's pull an animal totem for our Cancer friends here. What do our spirit guides, ancestors, and angels want to tell us today? A little more guidance for... okay. Peacock. Vision, wisdom, beauty, guardianship. Some of you absolutely are channelers in some way. I mean, you might see visions, right? I have scrying and things come up. For me, I'm actually seeing like the eye of the peacock feather, you know, the eye on it. So for instance, this is so funny. I have this sitting here. I have this. So what I'm seeing in the scrying bowl is like this little area right here. My scrying bowl's over this direction, and this peacock was over here. To my right, and my scrying bowl's to my left. So the many eyes in the peacock's tail feathers are associated with vision and wisdom. In Greek mythology, the bird was a symbol of the goddess Hera, who kept it in her temple as a many-eyed guard. Muslims of Java believe the peacock guards the gate to paradise. In Europe, peacock mythology has varied, and depending on the culture, may represent a bad omen or symbolize the soul. I really feel like this is kind of an awakening, like you're just seeing more clearly. Or, you know, for some of you, it might have been like your ego is keeping you from making that judgment that we were talking about earlier. Here's what that card looks like. I think that's really pretty. So take what resonates with you, please, out of that. And then I'm going to get you some fairy dust oracle cards. See what the fairies bring to us. They like bells, so let's give them a little bell. Fairies, what do we have for our Cancer friends? Let's get at least one more out of there. I really like what the fairies have to say. They really give us, like, this is what you should do. So I really like getting a few cards from them. That one really wants to come out, so I'm going to take it. I saw it several times try to come out, so we're going with it. And I know why. I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I see why. Family, what were we talking about? Wherever you go, whatever you do, your family is here for you, right? I'm going to show you that really close. And then you've got fairy guides. Whenever you are feeling blue, don't fear. The fairies are protecting you, right? You're protected. You've got some divine protection. You know, maybe reach out to those spirit guides, ancestors, or angels that are protecting you and just say, you know, this is a time when I really need your guidance, right? Turquoise is good for that, especially with fairies. Creative was the card that kept trying to pop out. Life is a canvas for you to use. Paint all the colors of happy moods. I think that's wonderful for Cancer sign. That's a beautiful card for you all. At the bottom of the Fairy Dust Oracle is rain. Rain, rain comes today. Let all your troubles wash away. And I really think that has to do with, you know, that we were all honorary Cancers. We were all in our feels over this last week. So, right? Let all your troubles wash away. With that, I very much appreciate all the likes, shares, subscribes, positive feedback. And I hope to see you soon. So this is Lady Scarlett saying goodbye.